Hey, hey, what's up, people? How's everybody doing? Real Agile. Okay, with everything that's happening in this world, Evie, bonsoir, ça qu'a fait? With everything that's happening in this world, especially here in St. Lucia, some people have their opinion. Corey, what's up? Cameron, what's up? So, everybody have their opinions on whether you should get vaccinated. Some say COVID is a hoax. Everybody have their opinion. But I would love to share my experience having COVID with you guys. And if anybody here have an experience to share, sure, no problem. Just drop a line or so, and I could call and we could talk about it. So after I came from England during the 100, came across to St. Kitts, tested before leaving England, got to St. Kitts, everything negative test. And then obviously my family came to see me. And then my daughter tested positive for COVID. God knows how my wife is like so hands-on. So I probably know where she got that COVID. Tested positive for COVID, but that's for another show. So obviously I've not seen my kids that was like about a month or so, about 6 weeks. And she was positive, then I got tested, did 2 PCR tests, negative. So I've been in isolation. And then the day where I was supposed to get tested to be released to join the St. Lucia Kings, boom, I came out positive for COVID. I was like, wow. I thought my immune system, being a healthy guy, was just fighting this, but nah, it didn't. So, okay, I'm here, just, I'm a positive guy, just play. Yeah, so the games are playing, I'm excited, I'm watching, and then boom, lost my sense of smell. Couldn't smell anything. Then right after that, I'm like ordering the same food that I used to order, and and then boom, no taste. Like, what the hell? I said, nah, I definitely have it for true, because in my mind I was hoping that my test was wrong, just being curious or whatever it is. So then, but that was not it. So after a while I realized, when I'm breathing, like the oxygen that I'm breathing is just like not enough for my lungs. So I find myself gasping for breath, like I get tired real fast and my lungs ready to explode. I'm like, yo, this thing is serious. But don't play in St. Lucia Kings winning. I'm making noise watching the game, so nobody knows. But I'm just not at the ground. I'm being optimistic and positive about it, because that's me. But that's not everybody, and this is remember, I'm an athlete, physically fit. I'm fully vaccinated. So I start wondering, and all the stories I heard about COVID, so I'm like, wow, imagine if I was not fully vaccinated. Man, that thing could have landed me in the hospital, in the ICU or something. So I start monitoring this thing, right? And for probably the next 4 or 5 days back in isolation, yo, my lungs were like on fire for real. I tried to do some exercise outside my door. I start swinging my golf clubs, but I find myself getting tired real fast. So this COVID thing is not a joke, people. Some people may have different symptoms, or side effects. My side effect to COVID up to now is like I still find myself like short of breath, and I could say from my experience, because I was fully vaccinated, and obviously my health status, like my body really fight this thing off, and obviously being fully vaccinated kind of eased and protected me from it being worse, so that's my story. But it did not end there, because when I came home, like during COVID, like my ankle, when I got the COVID, I didn't sprain my ankle, but I always had like bad ankles. So Lady Mora, what's up? So like over the years playing, so my ankle was like always like sore. But when I contracted COVID, I just got so much pain, and I was telling the physio, like Dennis Byam, and then look, my finger still swell up. So I don't know, but you see, COVID, I tell you, that had me like I had chikungunya. You can't. Yo, this thing is not easy. So my right ankle, whatever pain I had over the years in that, started swelling up. So I was on the course, I could barely hit a golf ball. And thank God, I talk a lot, so I made mention of that. And my doctor reached out to me, Dr. Brobe. Now, I'm here thinking, boy, I could just walk this thing off and stuff. So, but fortunately, I could afford to have a full body checkup, put my body on the whatever scans and make sure that I'm good. But not everybody can afford that. You understand? So my message really is to, take this thing serious. Imagine you not following the protocols, and people have their views on the vaccine. I'm not telling you this is the right thing. I'm just telling you from my experience. If I was not fully vaccinated, it could have been so much worse for me. I think the vaccine helped me fight this COVID. That's my experience. It's not the gospel. Maxi, what's up, man? It's not the gospel, but that's what I think being fully vaxxed helped me, and obviously with my health condition. So imagine people who have underlying conditions and they're not fully fit and they're not vaccinated. So the stories you hear, people bawling, my throat was like a mess, Don't worry about the videos you saw while St. Lucia Kings winning. That was just me being strong mentally. You understand? And coming back home, like I said, I'm still suffering from, shortness of breath. Like I really need to sometimes take some really deep breaths and pump my lungs with oxygen. You understand? So don't take this thing for granted. And the question I'm gonna ask you, imagine, just think about it. Listen to this for a second, right? Imagine you're not following the protocols. You gone out doing everything, you're not fully vaccinated, you this, you that, then you contract COVID, and your mom or your kids who are at home, You bring, yeah, my daughter, yeah, everybody got it. My last two, and Kathy. Imagine you bring COVID home to your mom, right? And the lady's at home doing what she's doing, observing all the protocols. And you as a son, being irresponsible, brings COVID home to your mom, who is not fully vaccinated. Then she passes away because of your irresponsible, because of you being irresponsible. One of your family members die. Can you live with that? I certainly can't live with that. You understand me? So this is my story. Get vaccinated. That's what I will encourage people to go get the vaccine. You understand? But I know it's a personal choice. But for me, if I have to advise, I advise you because I think it helped me. You should go get vaccinated. Get your double jab. Protect yourself. You can't be selfish. As much as, for instance, like I said, as much as you don't want to do it, right? As much as you don't want to do it, right? You cannot be selfish about it. Because I had my doubts, honestly, but I'm like thinking, I'm always traveling. Imagine I bring this thing home. I have my mom who's 50 odd plus, my pops who's all 50 something, you know, and Clara. I bring that shit to Clara, and then Clara passes away because of me being irresponsible. Oh Lord, I might as well die too because I can't live with that. So as much as I don't want to take the vaccine, or you don't want to take the vaccine, you cannot be selfish about it. You understand? Because you are putting others at risk and your loved ones. You don't want to be responsible for your loved ones not living, not being here on this earth. I'm telling you, you could never forgive yourself for that. You understand? So that's my story, and that's my word of encouragement to everybody. It's not the gospel. No, it's not Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. But it's Darren talking about his experience with COVID. And this thing ain't easy. As much as I took it and punched it out, not everybody could do that. And if something happens to me, boom, boom, I know I could fly out this place and do this and get the best care that I can. You understand? So, but that is not affordable to everybody. So now we have to be even more responsible. You understand? So, if you want to share your story, just drop me a line. Listen, this is no cricket talk. So everybody asking about cricket now, that is not the time. You know, this is serious business. You understand? So, Lance, Darren, where you at? You said you wanted to talk about your yeah, I understand all of that. I'm not the expert. Like I said, I'm not the expert. But I'm just talking about my experience contracting COVID. You understand? But it's not the gospel. Yeah. Barry, what's going on, man? Barry, what's going on, bro? Barry,
My brother, good evening. How you doing?
I'm not too bad, man. How are you?
Family, I'm glad you came on
Yeah.
and gave your version of the story.
Mm.
This is the first time in any public domain of any kind of any sort that I am actually going to admit that I also got COVID. I
Mm.
haven't done this in any public domain at all. I want to
Yeah.
thank you for giving your story,
Mm.
because I was in, about 2 weeks ago, I was in DC. I flew back on the Monday. I'm like, I'm not feeling well. I thought it was a little fever because I had gone to England for Notting Hill with Rupi. Then I went to New York for,
Yeah.
my
Oh,
normal
yes, yes.
circuit.
Yeah.
So I thought, well, it's a little fever, nothing serious. That night I'm going to bed. I have a headache, which literally covered the entire crown of my head.
Mm.
I have sweats. I'm like, something ain't right here. So I said, let me just take some NyQuil,
Mm.
go to bed, wake up tomorrow. Like you said, let me see if I can
Normal.
shake this thing
Yeah,
off.
shake
Normal
this
thing.
thing off. Mm-hmm.
Then all of a sudden, I'm starting to feel worse. So I call my doctor. And it rang and went to voicemail. So I said, forget that. I just go into the office.
Mm-hmm.
When I went there and I spoke with the receptionist, they said the doctor can speak to you via a video. I said, "Kiss a video." I hear the doctor there.
Mm.
Basically, this is their protocol when somebody comes in with symptoms.
Oh.
So she said, we're going to need you to take a test as well. I said, no problem. So I went to a testing facility in North Miami. For those who don't know, I live in South Florida. Went to a testing facility, got my results back in 15 minutes, positive. The physician who tested me, I said, okay, I'm positive, but I don't know what to do exactly. What am I
Mm-hmm.
allowed to do? What am I not allowed to do? Fast forward, I speak to my doctor. My doctor gave me one scripted medication. And apart from that, she gave me
Mm.
that. Take vitamin C.
Yeah.
She gave me that. She
Mm-hmm.
said, take D3.
Yeah.
She said, also zinc.
Yes.
My
Yes.
doctor is an Indian lady. So she prefers the more natural path
Yes.
than
Yes.
the super medicated path.
Yeah.
Fast forwarding to one thing that you said about the body pains.
Mm-hmm.
I got hit in one of my knees with a tennis racket when I was 9 years old. When I was 16 years old, I rolled my right ankle playing basketball. I have a shoulder injury, which you know from time when I come in the
Yeah.
gym. But all three of those places were giving me
Yeah,
excruciating pain
boy. I felt
only.
like I thought I had chicken gun here, boy. I see what? Yeah.
So my thing is this. I was fortunate like yourself. I double vax. My first
Yeah.
was in March. My second was in April.
Mm-hmm.
So like you, everywhere I go in, I have on my
Yeah.
mask. You know, I social distancing.
Mm.
Everybody call me the mask king. I have different masks with this name, everything. And I'm one of those in the supermarket. I will turn around and watch you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will look down on the floor to see the sticker that's giving you telling you please stand this distance between. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want to be rude, but at the same point in time, I don't trust you with my life. So
Mm-hmm.
please, social distance. And imagine drinking a bottle of tequila and getting a hangover the next day,
Mm-hmm.
except that hangover lasts for 5 days. You still have temperature, you still have chills, you still have them body aches. That was me. I was told to self-quarantine at home for 10 days, which is exactly what I did.
Man, so that's why I thought like I had Hiti Lance there because he told me about his COVID situation as well. So
Mm-hmm.
I thought like let me use this life because we all have different experiences, different symptoms and stuff like that. And I thought like especially here in St. Lucia where this person everybody has an opinion on it and they refuse to listen to the experts. So I thought like if I share my own personal experience and you could share yours and somebody else could share theirs, It
Yeah,
will help drive the campaign, you know. I mean, because there's no getting away from it. The
correct.
world is going to come down to, if you're not vaccinated, you'll be deprived of so many things. And, you know, in order for us to move forward, we will have to be double jabbed, you know, as much as
I don't know what the stats are at home, Darren, but
mhm,
here in South Florida, they say that more than 90% of all cases current,
mhm.
over 90% are all persons who are non-vaxxed.
Yeah. So here's my philosophy right on that. So I'm like, okay, fine. I don't want to be vaccinated, right? I don't want to be double jabbed. So I'm more prone to COVID. So I'm thinking, yes, I'm being selfish because I don't want to do that. But how can I protect, like, for instance, my mom who is 50 something, because I don't want to do it, right? My auntie who I want to visit who is like 70 odd, my kids, my wife, my friends. How can I protect them if I'm putting myself in a position where I'm more prone to getting COVID? So I cannot be selfish with that. You understand? As much as I have my own opinion about it, the right thing to do is to give myself or the people, my loved ones or the people around me, the best chance in, you know, being safe. And that is by getting the vaccine. Hiti, what's up, man? Barry,
Boy,
are you
I
gonna
did.
stay on, or you gonna watch from the side? You have anything else to say?
I mean, I'm very simple. Sorry to cut you off, Amiti.
Yeah.
Um, if you're a father, if you're a parent,
Mm-hmm.
you should take the vaccine, and this is why, apart from what Darren just said. Imagine if you get COVID and you pass away and your children are now parentless,
Oh,
fatherless, motherless, because you decided that this wasn't for you. I'm not here to tell you take it. I'm not here to tell you don't take it.
exactly.
I'm not 100% to say I fully agree with everything that's going on. For crying out loud, we don't even trust politicians, but we vote for them.
For true. But
So don't, if you're not doing it for yourself, don't play with your family's health.
Exactly.
Real talk.
Agree with you 100%, brother.
Yeah.
Hiti, talk to us.
let me tell you, good night
Blessings,
to all.
blessings, Barry.
Mr. Barry,
Yeah.
good night to all. You know, let me first introduce myself. I'm E.T. Lance, music producer, graphic designer, you know, from St. Lucia. Those who know, those who don't know. I was one of the individuals that didn't believe in the COVID when it just came out, you know. You only see it on the international news about COVID this, COVID that, and you only seeing deaths and different things happening outside. It didn't reach home yet, and you know it's only when it reach home or only get to you, you only knowing it's real.
Mm-hmm.
So for my experience, um, I think I was at work. It was a Friday, and Sammy, I was just feeling chill, like just like that, you know, chills, and like Friday, hot sun,
Yeah.
mad vibes in the south,
Yeah. Put
everything
off
going
with it.
good. And I just started feeling that chill. I'm like, you know what? That ain't nothing, you know? So the night, I think, from that chill came to like maybe fever, and then I started getting back pain. I still like that, you know, I still paid no mind.
All of us believe we will never get it, eh?
Yeah, you know? So the Saturday, Sunday, I was like, yo, it's like every day was a different symptom. Like every following is a different symptom. I'm like, no, that I am feeling right. And then I think the Saturday night, you know what we call in St. Lucia, if with the hot
Yeah.
and cold body temperature
Mm-hmm.
changes, I got that. I'm like, okay, probably that's what it is. But then the Sunday, I think I started getting headaches, and then, you know, I was told to go and get the go and get tested. I'm like, I want to go and get tested. Go and get tested. But yeah, go VHU and get tested. I don't
Yeah.
know. But I said, you know what? I'll do it. I'll do it just to see. I'll do it. So the Monday, I went. You know, I did it. And then that was in the period of when the COVID was really high in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
So all the places they had patients to stay into quarantine, it was filled.
Mm-hmm.
And then the how you call it, the test results, it was backed up.
Mm-hmm.
The test was really backed up. So I didn't got my results after like a whole 2 weeks.
Hey.
So I went into the test. I couldn't go anywhere. So I don't know if I have it. I don't know if I have it, but I have symptoms, and my symptoms strong. And to be honest with you, every single day was a different symptom I felt. So it came from chills to the hot and cold body temperature, to the back pain, to the headaches, to me driving. I started feeling my eyes hurting.
Hey, but where you driving going?
No, but that's the thing. I did like that was for the weekend.
Yeah.
Leading
Yeah.
before I went to do the test. Like you drive and just start feeling like, but wait, my eyes hurting, like literally all around my eyes hurting.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, hey, what really? Hey, I say I have COVID, man.
Mm.
But you still don't
Right.
know. You understand? Because it new. Like that's something that you never experienced. You never hear anybody around you talk about at that point. So when I finally realized, well, boy, the Monday I got tested, the Monday night, I feel the back pain was really bad, and then the chills, and then from the Monday straight, that whole week, I just started feeling different, loss of taste, smell, like every single day was a different symptom. And let me tell you, I feel a week after, 2 weeks after, in fact, I got my results. They called me telling me that I COVID positive. I'm like, okay, well, I figured it out already. That's what I had, because I did my research as to the symptoms and what you will get, and I probably got every symptom they could have mentioned of COVID. And at that time, I won't lie, I wasn't exercising that much. I wasn't eating properly at that time. You know, it was around Christmas, after Christmas time, leading to the New Year. You know, so around that time there, you know, you're freeing up and whatnot. But so at that point, I think I drank every bush medicine in St. Lucia. I did every. You know, let me tell you something. It was bad. It was really bad. It was really painful.
So from your experience, what is your message to St. Lucians or the people?
To be honest with you, I now got vaccinated. I never really fight the vaccine. I didn't understand it at first. Sometimes, you know, when things just come out, you hear so much rumors and so much stories about it, and then, you know. But for me personally, it was my choice to get vaccinated, because I said I like to travel, I like to move. So I don't, when I get the opportunity to travel or whatnot, I stick and have to go in a rush just to do that. I did it because of that, and I did it because of my family members as well, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, you know. So I did the vaccination, because without any hesitation, I did it. But to be honest, the message from me to person is that you need to stay. You see, being fit and healthy, eating properly is number one. Eating properly, exercising. It can be walking. It can be doing a little jog. Anything you can do. Swimming, riding a bike, whatever it is, exercise. At least take 1 hour, 30 minutes every day, or at least every 3-4 days. Exercise. You have to sweat. Because even when I got to a point that so many doctors were calling me because they couldn't understand. Because one of the worst thing from my experience was that the cough. When I got the cough was bad. Let me tell you, I couldn't say 3 words without coughing.
You had a kuhum.
Let me tell you, and that was bad. When I called the artist and I showed them, I like they witnessed it firsthand of me. So I didn't hold back my experience. I was not ashamed. I didn't do anything. I was like, you know what? I called some of them in the States. I showed some like Kuya, Cdale, all those
Yeah.
guys knew that. You know, all of them knew, and they heard me. They saw my state on video call, so they knew it was real. And then they could have passed on the message. You understand? Because they have a platform, so they could have passed on the message. I did that. And for me, during that time, I started exercising.
Yo. I in the studio there.
Okay.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
You see, you go ask Kuya.
Hold on.
Even
Yo, listen. I'm in the studio there. I
Yo,
can't.
go do your work. We'll
All
talk
right, my
later.
bro. Pick up yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
Kuya in the building.
Yeah, man. Respect. And I like what's going on there. Yeah, man.
For sure.
Respect.
Yeah, so Sam, is like I was saying. So and imagine when I realized, well, okay, I tried so many medications. So many doctors were calling me because they couldn't figure out, like, yo, imagine I was done for like 3 to 4 months. So you know they give you
Any you still have effects now?
no.
No.
To be honest, no. The only thing that stayed on me was the cough. The coughing. I went into X-ray. I could have seen on the X-ray my lungs. It was like the kind of scar on it. And the cough went without. I didn't even notice when at what time when it went. It's like you could even tell what to do. I drank so many cough medicines, strong medications. It didn't work. I did a lot of the heat, the steam. I think that helped a lot. The steam with Vicks, with the hot water, and what's the name of the other thing? The oil. I forget the name of it. The other little bottle. Different. What's the name of the oil? The oil I use to inhale the steam. The eucalyptus. Yeah, I used that.
I heard people talking about it.
Right. That was really good because what it did, when you put it in the hot water and you put a towel over your head and then you inhale the steam, it literally gave me a relief. Like all inside, I could feel like my lungs, my airways was feeling like just clear. So it's for like a good hour or so I would not cough, but then the cough come back. And then I was doing the breathing exercise with balloons.
Yeah.
And then after that, I just started exercising. And then, like I said, the doctors couldn't even understand my situation. I guess everybody else.
I've had a couple more people as well, just in case you see them. Yeah.
So all I have to say to persons is you just have to try to exercise as much as you can, eat healthy.
Yeah.
What that virus feeding on. You're not healthy, you're weak. But my body did fight it, and then I still took the vaccine, even if I got the COVID. I still took the vaccine just in case. So that's my little testimony there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. You could stay on there. Austin, what's up, brother?
Hey, bro, what's up?
You tell me you have a COVID story to tell?
Boy, 5 days after I see you, as Boy, 5 days after I seen you, I was home, chilling out as the normal do. And I wake up in the middle of the night, sweating. Like, I slept so much. Like, I ain't been to the gym.
Yeah.
I just wake up sweating and stuff there. So in the morning now, I woke up because I was like in the morning when I wake up, we have these in England.
Yeah.
So I said, let me just take one of these things here to see what happens.
Yeah.
I take the test. Next thing I see the one side. And I see the thing start rising. I was like, oh God. Next thing I see the 2 lines on the test. I was like, oh.
Yeah. I had to do a few of them there. Now I understand how when the ladies take a pregnancy test, boy. When
Boy,
someone
boy,
says,
I'm telling you, hey, that was my first
"Wait a minute."
ever. It
They
was my
tell you what
first
result you
ever.
want, boy. I beg you. You ain't
Man.
want to see those 2 lines at all.
But hey, I hear praying, I see 1 line, I was like, okay.
I have to attack it.
But the thing just started rising. I was like, oh God. So then obviously got tested obviously positive. So I decided, okay, I need to isolate. You know what I mean? I can't, put myself around people. Actually, that same weekend, I
Mm-hmm.
was coming to London for Soca Jam. You know what I mean?
Yo.
Can't even go to the Soca Jam,
Yeah.
man.
So
So message my
what were your symptoms?
boy, back pain. I've never experienced back pain like that in my life.
Let me tell you.
And I suffer from a little bit of back pain. But this year was something from the devil.
Your
Like
lower back, right? Your lower
in
back.
my lower back. Listen,
Yo.
I feel like I'm 90. I say, what the hell going on here, boy?
I want to from my mattress, you know.
Big. I didn't lose my taste. I didn't lose my smell. But I lost my appetite.
Oh,
That's what I lost.
Yeah.
So, and when it comes to my food, Darren, like the plate of food in front of me,
don't
I
play.
tell you everything. The rice, I take 2 spoonful and I full. I
Yeah.
like, really going on here?
This
So, so,
are you
so the
vaccinated?
yes, yes. I mean, obviously, after because of travel,
Your work, yeah.
and modeling and all that stuff. I can't go nowhere unless I'm vaccinated. So, I was one of the ones that was like, so I had nothing in my body. Because I train, I mean, I'm always in the gym. I was like, yeah, my immune is strong. When that hit me, I was like, ah, this is something different. So I have to make sure that I kind of like protect myself. So it was something that I've never ever experienced. Like, I'm not a sickly person. I don't get sick. One thing that I must say that helped me though, and it's probably not for everybody. I've got a bottle, a plastic bottle that I drink at home, from Drummond, Hammond. Back home we call it Hammond. I don't know what you guys call it in St.
I
Lucia.
know I
Maybe
know
I call it
I know
moonshine.
what you're talking about. It's
And
the English thing, man.
yes, I got all kind of roots and all kind of thing in it. And it's been sitting there for a good 5 years. So it's strong.
Yeah.
Spice.
Spice, you got in kangaroo, you got in nuts, you got in whole heap of things. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take a shot of this here. And I took a shot every morning, no matter how I was feeling. I took a shot every morning. So it only kind of kept me down for 5 days. I know people who's been down for weeks. You understand? So for me, that helped. And from since that, like now and again, I would take a shot at that because I feel like something in that there
Yeah.
in my body and making me
Yeah.
understand. You know what?
Yeah.
Well,
Over here we call it a shini 12.
she did 12.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No, but we call it the Hammond. I think they call it moonshine somewhere else in the Caribbean. I can't remember.
Yeah. But
But yeah, that's what I took, and I didn't take like no antibiotics or anything like that. So that worked for me, and thank God I'm here today to tell the story.
yeah, the thing is, right? We often take things for granted, right? And listen, that had me thinking so much because, if you notice, I was in St. Kitts this CPL. I missed the first 6 games
Yeah,
of
you was quarantining.
of Zooks. Nobody don't know. I was like, yo, do I really want people to know I have COVID or something? So But then when I thought about, what's happening here in the St. Lucia and, the Caribbean, how we're so reluctant,
Mm-hmm.
to do it. It's also is a conspiracy here, and they got so much fake news going around.
Mm-hmm.
And, whatever happens, somebody forwarding me this, and it just catch like bushfire. So I was like, now I wonder if I should share my own experience, and if 2, 3, 4, 10 people understand, this thing, it's real.
Mm-hmm.
The world has to get vaccinated. That's a fact. We will have to be vaccinated in order for things to run smoothly. It's not
I
no back
think
to the base. Some
I
people
think
say
that's how it's
back
set
at
up
the
anyway.
base, all kind of things. But bro, if it's one thing I know, I expect a footballer to come and tell me about cricket. No, I will not listen to you. I will hear you, but I will not listen to you. But I believe, like, if that's your field, I can't tell a man how to build a house. I could tell him how I want my house. But once the construction starts, I can tell him put a column there. Once the
Mm-hmm.
people in that field, that's what they study. Once they're giving you the data and you understand it, then to me, in my opinion, the choice becomes very easy for me. You understand? All other people, like I said, it's not the gospel I'm saying there. You share your experience, DT share his experience, I share my experience, and I feel it's because I didn't really in the hospital because obviously one, I'm fit, and two, I'm fully vaxxed. Because being fit, the way my lungs were feeling there, brother.
You could imagine the ones who are not fit.
Exactly.
And
And
that
that's
was
my
me.
point. My doctor, Dr. Brobre, right? My doctor there, she was telling me, she has 3 persons who contracted COVID. One is fully vaxxed, 2 not fully vaxxed. The one that vaxxed is the one taking care of the 2 that's not vaxxed. Man, and it's pressure. You
Wow.
understand? It's pressure. So look, the numbers don't lie, man. Numbers don't lie. We could be hard as about it, but at the end of the day, I remember those who study the Bible. From Egypt, to the Promised Land was supposed to be a 40-day, 40-night journey.
Yeah.
Too hard as the people take 40 years, bro.
Yep.
So we just making things harder and harder on ourselves. But man, I appreciate these stories. So keep yourself good, keep spreading the good word. Take care of your families, and this you cannot be selfish about this thing here because it's really not about you. It's about
Yeah, for real.
the people you go around, and the people that's around you as well. So
For sure.
big up.
Yeah, family matters, man.
Anything else, ET, before you go? Any
Uh,
messages for the people?
yeah, like I said, it's just well, especially the entertainment industry in St. Lucia.
Yeah.
That's the most that got really affected by that. The DJs, the artists, promoters. I think they too should use their platform and try and come on and start a movement. I spoke
Yeah.
to certain people about it, and I told them I feel it's high time. We're going to 2 years. We're 2 years now, going to 2 years. No
Yeah.
carnival, no event, nothing. So what we really doing? We can't wait on government to shut down country or whatever to do whatever. You understand?
Yeah.
Whatever party comes, it doesn't change anything. It's only we that can change the atmosphere and what's going on in St. Lucia. And if we want to get back to what we're doing, we have to. You
Yeah.
understand? Most of the artists I know personally, they are my friends. They foreign. You understand? One just call. One was just they're vaccinated. So we should really come out and let persons know why and what's the reason. And if you have a family member that got affected or you got affected, share it out so persons can understand that it's not a gimmick. You understand? It's really not a gimmick. It's reality. People dying right now that we know everybody right now in St. Lucia knows someone that died from COVID. So all the things we used to watch on the TV and say, we see nobody die and things. So right now it's happening now.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it's
Right here in
time
our
for us.
backyard too. It's right here in our backyard.
Yeah, so right now it's for us to start a platform we can't wait for help. We can't wait for nobody. It's to start and let our people know.
But you
And
see,
then-
we are the movement, you know. The people,
That's
the
it.
people that start the movement, you know.
That's just it.
Oh, yeah. Austin, talk to me. What you got for my
Boy,
people, man? Your people is watching. What you got for them?
boy, for me is I don't want people to actually wait until it hits home
Yeah.
for them to realize, oh my God, I'm not going to sit here and tell people, oh yeah, you need to get vaccinated or you don't need to get vaccinated. I think people are adult enough and they should understand and look at the facts. I'm a facts man. I don't look at hearsay propaganda like my thing. I look at the numbers. So if you do want to protect your family, kid, you know, your wife, those type of people, then you would try and make the best decision, not only for them, but for yourself. Especially if you're unfit. Like, as my boy was saying, like, listen, like, you've got to do something, even if it's a walk. Like, yeah, we wasn't as healthy as we are because, you know, we're always working out, we're always training because your lungs get put under such kind of pressure.
Yeah.
You can't live with that. You know, not just like, I'm done. I ain't fighting no more. You know? So it's an eye opener. It's a massive eye opener. So I know there's what's going on. The percentage of vaccinated is being, you know, raised all the time, which is a good thing. Because we carnival. We want travel.
You see,
We want
you right, you know, because guess what? Guess what? The same people that don't want to do all them things there is they that want to go to the fete.
I
They that want
know.
to be in the fete.
I
They that
know.
just do the thing. Just do the thing, brother.
Once you hear they have a boat ride or something, the first set of people unvaccinated that buying all
It's
the
them
tickets.
here. It's them.
Boy,
Boy,
brothers,
so
let me tell you. Thank you for sharing your stories, man. I appreciate that. Yo,
Yep.
I'm passing through London soon, so I go hit you.
you know. Don't say less.
Yeah, yeah. E.T., thanks
Yeah,
for
brother.
sharing your vibe, man.
Respect.
Yes, man. Cool.
All right, Darren. Bless up.
Yes, man. Blessings.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, man. I'm telling you, this is something. This is really something we can't really take for granted, you know. Yeah, I'm glad I did this though. I'm glad I did this. Chelsea, I'm good now. I'm good. Oh, you listen, Kaya, I took the AstraZeneca when it came out. Yeah, that's I'm double vax now. I'm double jab for the last. Even my son has the Pfizer. He took the 2 doses when he went to the States there. My entire family, my mom has her dose. Anybody else, before I turn off this live, anybody else wants to share their COVID story that could probably inspire somebody? Send me a request if you want to join. I'm not here to talk about cricket. This is not a cricket live. So take it easy. Yeah. Oh, Carla, you want to join? Come share your story. Answer your phone. Lady Mola, you want to share a story?
Oh, hi, I do. I'm not going to repeat what everybody said before. I mean, I had COVID myself when it first started. Being a nurse, it was unavoidable. Yeah, I am in England. And yeah, it was very tough, very, very tough journey. And everything everybody's just said, it was exactly that, symptoms upon symptoms. But I think the thing I'm going to stress on is the long COVID symptoms.
The long COVID symptoms.
Yeah. So I went through this last March, which was the 30th of March 2020. I sort of recovered, I would say maybe about May, June. I aim to go back to work right away, which I wasn't able to. So from the 30th of, say from the 29th of March, I've not been back to work.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was just constantly where, you know, you feel you've recovered and you go back, you relapse. You think you've recovered and then you relapse. And it's just at the moment I've got some oral stuff going on that I've had multiple surgeries from, and that is an aftermath of, you know, with the COVID. So I'm stressing with people. And again, as you said, you know, if you don't want to do it for yourself, do it for the people that are vulnerable around you. Because in as much as you think, you know what, I'm going to escape it, there will be people around you that want, your loved ones. And, you know, at the time I caught it, as I said, it was early days. I was ringing an ambulance wouldn't come. I was at home breathless. I spent about 2 weeks lying on my tummy with my arms in the air. And that was what,
just letting them
yeah.
to a nurse.
Yeah, and I had the PPE, you know, when everything we were provided with PPE, I had the hand gels, I was washing my hands, I was doing everything. I was social distancing and everything else, and I still caught that mess. And it just, you know, it escalated from there. It was one thing after another. And, you know, people don't realize it's quite hard to say to people, you know, how you feel. I think somebody needs to feel it, because I myself, had somebody said to me, this is what it comes with, I would not have believed it. You know, yeah, I would definitely not have believed it. But having experienced it myself, you know, I can stand here and say, just please, please. And I know, obviously, the story is, you know, it doesn't stop you from catching COVID, but it does, you know, stop you from being hospitalized. You know, yeah, it stops you from being hospitalized. It leaves space for people that need to be in hospital. You know, people with cancer, people with, you know, pregnant women, you know, or, you know, with other stuff. You know, so if it's something you can avoid by taking the vaccine and being able to stay home and manage that, then, you know, I would do it. And the other thing I'm stressing as well, I think if we had a government, I mean, in the UK and in St. Lucia, that hadn't accessed vaccines for us, we would have been saying, oh, well, you know, we've got this thing going on and nobody's accessed vaccines for us. And we have it here and we're fighting it.
No matter what you do, you can't please the masses.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm double vaccinated. I've got a 12-year-old, and as soon as I can, I mean, they were not doing it in England when I left, to come down. And this is one of the reasons I'm in St. Lucia. I'm on maternity leave, but I've used that maternity leave to come down here to sort of try to recoup, you know, avoiding. Yeah, I mean, I'm in St. Lucia for a few months at the moment, just to sort of try to recoup, you know, run away from the winter. You know, and try to recoup down here, because when I go back, then I need to get back to work. But it's been very, very difficult. Very, you know, I've never, ever experienced anything like that. Never, ever. You know, I've been ill. I've been through childbirth, and it was not like that. So it was very, and it's like just seeing everybody dying around you. As I said, it was in the beginning. You know, people are dying, just dropping around you. Family are dying. You know, people cannot go and, you know, go to funerals because of the limits, you know. And it was a very sad time. Yeah. And the other thing as well, the psychological stuff that it leaves you with. You know, it got to the point when I was able to go out. I would say maybe after a year, I was able to literally leave my house, and it was a nerve-wracking thing. You know, you would look at everybody walking towards you and you're like, you know, are they going to cough on me? You know, is that person going to give me COVID again? Even if I knew, because I had it quite bad, I had quite a few antibodies, and that protected me a little bit, but that still didn't stop me from being nervous. So it's not just what you suffer at the time, it's the psychological bit, you know, afterwards, and also the long COVID stuff. So just, you know, you know, we can't tell people what to do, but yeah, you can only say, you know, based on your experience.
Yeah, man, I appreciate this.
Yeah, and, you know, thanks for doing this and using your platform to do it, you know. Okay?
Thank you very much. Wow.
That's all right. Have a good night.
You too. You too.
All right. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Well, folks, there you have it. This is a nurse here talking to us. Her experience. We got to do better, St. Lucia. We got to do better. You know, I think I'll post this. I don't normally post my lives, but I'll post this live. I put it on my. JC, what's up, man? Yeah, we all got to play our part, man. It's not a joke. And what I'll say again, as selfish as you want to be, as you have your own opinion, you don't want the vaccine, you don't want this. This period here is not about you. It's about protecting your loved ones around you and those that come in your space. God forbid you give your mother, father, brother, sister, or uncle COVID and they passed away because of you being irresponsible. Stay safe out there, people. Get your vaccines. Get your double dose. It helped me. It sure did. I'm sure it could help you too. Good night, folks. All right. Bye. Now, I always don't know how to end this live. Okay.